at the time of recording this video, we are 20 hours away from Gotham Knights being released. There's still an embargo on the reviews. Now, usually, based upon the past, if there's no review embargo for like a week prior, so let's say the game comes out on Friday and you're able to put up reviews on Monday, the developers are very confident in their product. Dog, this game comes out, I think on Friday the 21st, if I'm not mistaken. We haven't seen not one review. Go look at Metacritic. It's 3 a.m. because I just got back from Chicago. We have not seen one review of this game. And the ones that I have kind of scrolled around the internet, they said the game isn't very good. Now, first things first, let's talk about the frame rate. Console players, you have no business talking about frame rate ever. If you want to jump in on the frame rate conversation, you need to buy a PC, period. Console gaming is budget gaming. I'm sorry, that's just facts. If you want to talk about frame rate, you got to buy a PC. Now I'm looking at, I will shoot y'all some bail. I'm over here looking at these specs, dog, and they say in the graphics card that you need to run this shit at 60 frames minimum at 1080p is a 2070. Get the fuck out of here. This is poor optimization. Straight up and down. Straight up and down. The reaction from the internet is ridiculous in itself. The people that said, you know, the optimization is terrible has a solid point. But the people complaining about the frame rate in general, when you're on console, stop it. Because later on in the generation, you're all going to be playing at 30 frames per second. That's a fact. Because right now we're getting these cross-gen games. Just like every generation. You get these cross-gen games where they're basically bumped up in graphics for the new consoles, and for the previous consoles they just try to make it run. That's all they can do is make the bitch run. But a 2070 for this game, it doesn't even. Now these are two different developers, but fuck it, it doesn't even look better than Arkham Knight. Not even close. And they said, oh, well, you know, because of the co-op, that's the reason why it has to run at 30 frames on a console. But, bro, it doesn't excuse the fact that a 2070 is what's required. What's required to run 1080p 60 on PC at high settings? Stop it. Bro, I was looking at the specs 10 minutes ago of just because I just be reading or whatever. After I buy a game and start downloading it, I just read shit. I just be looking through Steam. The recommended specs, if I'm not mistaken, to run it at high settings, probably 60 frames, but high settings, the recommended specs on the Steam website for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is a 1060, bro. A 1060. And that game looks better. That game looks way better than fucking Gotham Knights. This shit, with the embargo situation, where we haven't seen not one review the entire time. We don't know how the combat system really works. Like, this shit is looking spooky out here. Now, I want people to understand. People that made the Arkham games are not the people that's making this goddamn... I want to say fucking piece of shit game, but we have to see how it plays out. This suspect ass game that I'm probably gonna play because I do like DC comics. Let me rephrase that. I like DC superheroes. I don't read comics, but I like Batman. Batman's one of my favorite characters. I just think it's hard. It's fire that a guy with billions of dollars fights crime and fucking has no superpowers, essentially. Just gadgets. That's fire. But this game is looking suspect, people. I mean, for the people that pre-order this game, man, you know, you gotta go by the philosophy that I've been using for a long time. Do not pre-order games at all. I don't pre-order shit. Matter of fact, I don't even buy. If I'm playing one game Usually how I game is I have one single player game and a couple of multiplayer games. I don't buy another single player game until I beat the single player game that I've been currently playing. For two reasons. Number one, I'm not pre-ordering shit. Because, and this, matter of fact, you know what's funny is the gameplay that's going to be up on the screen is Cyberpunk. That shit taught me a lesson. Ever since then, I'm never pre-ordering another fucking game. Unless I know the bitch works. And I tested it. Like if I played the beta, like Call of Duty, I pre-ordered that, but I played the beta, so I know the game's gonna work. Cyberpunk didn't work when it came out. So, don't pre-order games because you don't know if they're gonna work. And number two, the game could probably go on sale during the time that you're beating the other game. So if I'm playing Cyberpunk, right, and another game's about to come out, why would I pre-order that other game coming out when I might not be able to finish Cyberpunk before the game actually comes out? And I play one or two games at a time before I move on. I like to complete the games and then move on. The game could be on sale at that point. I can get that shit on Kingwin for the low. It could be on sale on Steam, on Epic Games, wherever, GOG. It could be on sale. So, you know, that's just my principles. But, man, I tell you, this game is looking suspect. Badly. But, with that being said, when it comes to consoles, bro, y'all need to accept 30 frames per second. Y'all don't want to hear it? I don't care. That's what it is. You want to talk frame rates? You gotta buy a PC. These games coming out later on in the generation, bro, they're gonna be 30 frames per second. And if they are 60 frames per second with the performance mode, they're gonna look like shit. They're gonna look like trash. So, you want to talk frames? Buy a PC. You don't have to worry about frames ever again. You buy a good PC, a high-end PC, you don't have to worry about not a frame drop, nothing. Because then you'll know if this shit's unoptimized. Like I said, this game coming out, 2070, recommended specs for 1080p 60. Nah, this game ain't optimized at all. It's not ready to come out. This shit looking spooky. It's probably gonna come out buggy and broken, to be honest with you. Not with this embargo ending the day before it comes out. Nah, this shit looking sus. Tell me what you think about this game. You know, how do you think this game's gonna play out? It's looking spooky so far. If it comes out, it looks like it's running pretty good. You know what? I'll tell you what, I'll make another video and I'll say I was wrong. But I've been around this game and shit for too long to be fooled by marketing schemes and the slick sleight of hand that these corporations do and these developers do to cover up their tracks for poor development process. But anyways, hit the like button, the subscribe button. Tell me what you think about it in the comment section. I'm out of here. Peace.